All right, Julie has all the doors painted, and we're getting ready to start working in the laundry room a little bit. And what we're doing is we're gonna go, we went through and cleaned all the cracks in the floor where they did the salt cuts, I don't know if you call them expansion joints, but if the concrete cracks, it's gonna crack in that seam. So we got some sealer here. This is made by DAP. It's concrete, it's for this purpose, it's exactly for what we're doing. We're going to be using this on the floor to seal up those cracks before we paint it. Once we get this on there, we'll go through, we'll let this dry real good, then we'll go through and clean that floor really good, and then we're going to get to painting that floor. We'll get into that floor when we get to it, but right now we need to get this sealer on there and get it drying up. We're going to be using this in the shower. There is an expansion joint going through my shower. I wasn't thinking about it at the time, or I would have asked them if we couldn't have put that one in there, but it's in there. So we're going to do the same thing in there. So let's get in the laundry room and show you how this is going to go. Okay, I'm going to start over on this end over here, right in here. Joel, did you lose a screw?
Yeah.
Couple of them?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to start right here on this end over here. And what I've done is I cut the hole about the same size as the crack. So I just took a knife and cut that about the same size. And now, I think the best way to do caulk is to push instead of pull. And we want to make sure that it gets down in that crack really good. So I'm going to get going right here, and we're going to push this caulk instead of pulling it, so we can push it down into that crack as far as we can and get that sealed up. Now my camera is running on red, the battery, so it's probably going to die. But I wanted to get this on video because this is a pretty good stuff to use in these cracks. And I will be leaving a link in the description down below for this. If you're interested in it, it's actually pretty cheap on Amazon. So I'm just going to work my way right around this room and get it finished up. And I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. Okay, there's what our crack looks like, all finished up. We got all the cracks in this room done, and it looks pretty good. Now you can paint this stuff in about 2 hours. It only takes about 2 hours to dry, and then you can paint it. But it's going to be a little bit before we get to painting, because we still need to clean this floor. And the reason why I put that caulk in the crack first is because I didn't want to get a bunch of garbage down in that crack. And we also went in and done the one in the shower. So we have it all finished up too. And we're going to get ready here in a few days. We're going to get started on our shower. And we want to make sure this stuff's good and dry. So there's a lot of work to do in there yet. We did get the ceiling all painted up. And we're going to do one more coat on there. And then we'll be able to put that light in. Once we put the light in, we'll be able to have a lot of light there to see what we're doing down here. So while all this is drying, Julie and I are going to go ahead and start putting doorknobs on because she's done painting all the doors, and we can start mounting doorknobs, which are pretty easy. If you want to know, we had a lot of videos on doorknobs too. So if you're wanting to know how to install a doorknob, just look in my videos. I'm sure you'll find one, either an interior or exterior doorknobs. So we're going to get some doorknobs put on.
good?
Good.
Oh, those are hard to see, aren't they?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Here's your screwdriver.
Yeah, I can't. I need to take the doorknob off so I can just put the screws in.
You're doing a wonderful job.
Well, geez, they don't make it easy, do they?
No.
You know I don't have the patience for this. Oops.
See?
Oops.
You're supposed to screw them in with your fingers as far as you
I
can.
don't know.
Get them in as far as you can with your fingers first.
Okay.
And then your screwdriver will fit when it's down way
Yeah,
close
why
to
am
the
I
nut.
doing this? You know I don't have the patience for this kind of stuff.
You'll be fine.
I'm glad you think so. Okay, there we go. Going down. Got it finally, but boy, like you said, you need a freaking angle screwdriver. Need to remove the knob just to get the screws in.
Then pull the screws back out and put the knob back on.
Yeah. It's not for somebody that doesn't have patience, that's for sure, like me.
You better
It's locked again, Kevin.
pull on the knob.
What do you mean pull on it? It's
You
locked.
right.
What happened? Oh, wait. I was trying to turn.
You're trying to turn
I was trying to turn them both. I'm like, it's locked.
Here's your sign. Here's your sign.
Hey, I've never put a doorknob in before. I don't
All right, now push that center thing in, right? Yeah, push that in as far as it'll go. And then go ahead and
Oh, it's not fitting in the little slot very good.
loosen your screws up.
Oh, okay. Darn it.
It might move a little bit if you loosen your screws.
Yeah, I thought those was supposed to turn separately. I didn't. Like it's locked again. Oh, I can't get this out. I think I put them too tight.
Are you tightening it or loosening it?
I know. Righty, tighty, lefty, loosey.
You're tightening it there.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I
okay.
just can't.
There you go.
I still don't want to get down in there right. Come and look at it and see.
Jeez.
What am I doing wrong here?
What's wrong with that?
I don't know. Is it okay?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not fitting in there perfect, but is it alright?
Yeah.
Alright then.
Right there's your drill.
Okay.
Make sure your screw hole's in the center.
Okay.
Not off to the side, in the center.
Like I take pictures off
Yeah.
to the side. Never have anything centered up. Okay, I think that looks good right there.
Yeah.
How far in do I need to go? Huh?
About an inch. As long as your screw.
Oh.
I'd put your top screw in first.
Okay.
That'll hold it into place.
Alright, yeah, that'll help. Any of these, right?
Yeah, just do the top one there.
Okay. Alright. Let's get this one.
Doesn't help when the door's moving, does it?
Oh, it's alright.
You're doing fine.
Well, yeah, I've never actually put a doorknob in before, so
First time for everything.
yeah. Yeah, I was thinking they had to turn, you know.
No.
I'm like, oh no, it's locked.
of world.
Oh, look at that. Perfect.
Simple.
Now, since this is just a closet, basically like a pantry, our knob didn't need a lock on it. You couldn't want to lock it and then couldn't get to your food. Nice.
Good enough.
Nice.
All right, the little heater has been the only thing we've been using in the house to keep it warm. That little heater is unreal. It's set on 68 degrees, and we're not using the big heater. We're just using that little heater right there to heat the house. Right here is the other heater, and it's still got pretty much a full tank of gas in it. We were just using that basically when we were doing the drywall and trying to dry the paint and stuff, but other than that, that little heater there is heating this whole entire house with no problem at all. It's been down about 26 degrees. Julie, last night, 20 some in the 20s? Yeah, I think it was like 20 some degrees, but well, you don't have to have a jacket on here, nothing. It's a very comfortable working temperature right now. I'm doing all the doorknobs on the bifolds. We got the doorknobs on all the regular doors. Now we gotta get all the bifolds, get all the doorknobs on them. And is this like a bronze color? What is this, Julie?
Yeah, because the other doorknobs, I try to get something that's kind of natural.
So, and this does go good with the walnut. Goes real nice with the walnut, these knobs. So I'm in the other bedroom working on that one. I'll take you in there. Okay, so what I've done here is I put my doorknob in the center of these squares right here. I put it in the center here. Because when you pull, if you put your doorknob over here, it's not going to pull the door open. So I put mine in the center. And I got both these marked. It's a little bit hard to see. But all I have to do is drill a hole straight through. And then our knobs came with longer screws. They come with a little bit longer screw. If you guys can see them. It comes with two different size bolts, but actually they could use a little bit longer. But what I'm going to do is I'll pull these off later. I don't have any on me now, but we'll put a little bit of Loctite on these to keep these from spinning off. They shouldn't, because these have little sharp prongs on it to keep this doorknob from spinning. So what I'll do is open one door, get my little bolt going through. Now, one thing about these doors, they are hollow. They're not solid doors. So you have to be kind of careful with them. And to be able to see your hole here, it's a little tough too. So you gotta look down there and watch for it to get close to your hole and give it a push through. Sometimes you have to twist them. I have that hole really tight. It's actually the same size as the bolt. So we'll get it out there, get it close to where we want it. We'll start screwing it on. Now you have to be careful because you will collapse your door. You don't want them so tight that it squeezes the door completely flat. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. That looks pretty good. So we'll just go ahead and do the other one the same way. Okay, set of door knobs. Okay, all of our bifold door knobs are on, and I think they look pretty good.